Good evening everybody, it's little old me. I'm walking through a golf course. Not a particularly natural history oriented place. Golf courses are flat and barren and uniform. Unfortunately, because of things like golf courses and housing estates and superstores and farmland, monoculture, we flatten and destroy habitat, and this is a case in point, a golf course. But there is hope. If we as consumers, as individuals, if we can be a bit more thoughtful, then that in turn will feed on to the developers, the people who build places like this. And then in turn, they might be a bit more thoughtful as well. And that is exactly what's going on this golf course. The reason being, when I was a little boy, I used to go out and about in the sticks in Essex when I was 10 years old and listen to the sound of skylarks. Skylarks are beautiful. It's this amazing sound that takes place over beautiful wild grassland. But nowadays, it's silent. Silence. This is something we've got used to in the past couple of decades because skylarks have dropped in numbers like you wouldn't believe because of all the rough herbage, all the rough grassland has been flattened for agriculture, for golf courses. But there is hope. On this particular golf course, if you come with me, you'll see they're creating a space for skylarks all over again. Come over here. And here we have a classic golf course. There's the flag and everyone's ready to tee off. But look, all around that flag in the distance, there are patches of rough ground. And look, lo and behold, in the foreground, this is a skylark protection area. How on earth do you protect it for skylarks? Well, what you do is rather than having all the monoculture of uniform grass everywhere, you have wild patches. In amongst the various greens, you've got these wild areas. They are not mowed, they are left to their wild devices. And the result is this rough herbage, plants, diversity, absolutely key for the survival of the skylark. And so many other birds in this area as well. As we fly along through these wild areas, you can see it's teeming with textures, with flattened areas, with open areas, sunny areas, darker, brighter areas. But most importantly, this is where the skylark nests. It nests on the ground. It cannot nest in flattened grassy areas, which are like a lawn. They need these rough areas. This is perfect skylark habitat. And if the golf courses all around Britain can allow a few little patches like this, then before we know it, we will have skylarks back everywhere again. And in fact, as I look up right now, let's listen to that. That is the sound of the skylark. If I zoom in, look. There you go, that is the culprit. The little skylark is displaying over the rough pastureland. Singing his little heart out, saying, "This is my world, down there is my territory. Ladies, come and find me. I have a lovely bit of rough pasture. Come and find me. Come and see me on the ground and you can create a nest in this beautiful rough pasture." Isn't it wonderful? I'm just going to sit back and stop talking and listen to the marvels that is the skylark. So all it takes is a little bit of thought from us as individuals, as consumers, and then it will feed on to the developers, the people who create the farmland and the agriculture and the places where we live and all of the fields and flatten all the habitat. If we can be more thoughtful as consumers, it will feed through to the people creating and destroying habitat. And they might think, hang on a minute, there is a place where we can live alongside wildlife and incorporate wild habitats and variety and biodiversity into the areas such as this golf course that where people want to play as well. So let's just be a bit more thoughtful. Let's all work together. Collectively, we can all live alongside wildlife. Have a wonderful day, everybody. I'll speak to you soon. Cheers.